Zone Channel 2 News at 11. We're on it.
And breaking right now at 11, a heavy police presence near Coors Field and related to All-Star Game events, as we're learning that 3 men were arrested with weapons at a hotel at downtown.
Channel 2's Courtney Fromm is live tonight at that scene at 19th and Wazee with what we know now. Courtney.
Well, we just heard from Denver police that the original call was a suspicious occurrence right here at the Maven Hotel behind us. They say 3 men who had weapons with them. We learned now charges are pending, but all 3 of those men were arrested. Now, people on 2 levels of the hotel here at the Maven were asked to shelter in place while police contacted the suspects. But things here now, you can see that police and SWAT presence has now left. Things have kind of gone back to normal, and people, in fact, during all of this were kind of just sitting on this restaurant. A lot of people walking in the area while everything was happening. Of course, we're still waiting to hear more from police on exactly what those charges are, and we're expecting an update sometime on Monday. Live in Denver, Courtney Fromm, Channel 2 News.
All right, Courtney, keep us posted if anything new develops there. Taking a live look outside at Coors Field. Of course, we're now just 4 days away from that fun All-Star game.
Yeah, this game you can see over on our news partner, Fox 31. Fans are already arriving here in town and taking part in all those All-Star weekend activities.
And it was a warm welcome. Literally today, because we broke the record?
We tied it.
Tied the record.
We tied the record of 98 degrees today. If they came in yesterday, today was a cool down.
Yeah.
Yesterday was 102.
I'm just glad we weren't Grand Junction, though. I mean,
yeah, or La Junta at 107 degrees out there. Yeah, that's toasty, guys. You can see it. There it is, 107, 100 in Montrose, 101 in Craig, matching that in Greeley, matching that in Lyman, 102, 106, 106, 107, 103. Those are the hot spots out there. But Denver's 98 did tie the record. That 102 that we had yesterday in Denver didn't break the record. The record was 103. Now tonight, we are tracking a cold front that's coming in, and we had some showers and thunderstorms. Some of these were severe, clipping northeast Colorado. Now, this has grown into just a giant complex, but it is swinging out of the state. Nonetheless, there is a lot of electricity just hanging on to the far southeastern border and a couple of strikes there west of Gunnison. The thunderstorm watch, just a little piece of it there left over from Lamar over towards Holly. Otherwise, it's moving out. This is our hail tracker. You can see where the hail was, and that was one of the biggest threats, along with the lightning and some gusty wind. So tomorrow, wake up in the morning, plenty of sunshine, clouds drifting in, but notice they're coming in from a northerly direction. We'll have some passing clouds. We have no rain in the forecast other than maybe a sprinkle from 1 or 2 of these clouds, and much, much cooler. How about this? So they got that warm welcome. Tomorrow they're going to be like Colorado's weather is awesome. We're in the 80s in the east. It will still be hot all the way out west. So here's how we'll do it. Wake up in the morning with some clouds. Can't rule out a sprinkle in those clouds. Otherwise, we got plenty of sunshine. You'll notice a wind, not strong, 10 to 20 miles per hour out of the north, and that keeps us in the 80s instead of 90 to 100 degrees. We've got great weather coming Sunday and Monday. We'll talk about the All-Star game downtown and a few storms back in the forecast in Pinpoint Weather. All
right, Dave, thanks. And Dave's been talking about that All-Star game and a chance for lightning and storms on that big day. Turns out there are actually not many stadiums in the country that are more prone to lightning during All-Star Week than Coors Field. There's nothing quite like a picture-perfect day at the ballpark. And there's also nothing quite like a storm at Coors Field.
A hailstorm of biblical proportions.
Yes, Coors sees more than its fair share of wild weather.
Coors Field is actually the 4th most lightning-prone stadium in MLB.
And Chris Spagaski would know.
I looked at a 4-year period, it's almost 10,000 baseball games.
He spent hours studying the data and learned there's been around 3,000 lightning strikes recorded near Coors during All-Star Week over the last 20 years.
July 9th to July 13th period, so that covers the Fan Fest at the Convention Center, covers the 5K on Saturday, Home Run Derby, Futures Game, the All-Star Game. 3,000 cloud-to-ground lightning flashes within 8 miles of the festivities.
Today in baseball, ballparks are tracking the radar so closely.
But baseball historian Tim Haggerty says while meteorologists will be closely monitoring the radar, it's ultimately not up to them whether a game is delayed. Once a game starts, it's actually up to the umpires on the field, not meteorologists, to decide whether a game is delayed by lightning or weather. But just like the game itself, it's difficult for one person to do everything. For umps, it's a challenge keeping track of what's happening on the field and up in the skies.
The reason is objectivity. You're right that a meteorologist is more qualified than an umpire to evaluate weather, but what happens if that meteorologist is a Rockies fan and the Rockies are ahead by 1 run in the 6th inning?
And so all any of us can do is wait and hope the skies stay clear as baseball's Midsummer Classic returns to Colorado, rain or shine. And in fact, there have only been 6 years out of those 20 where lightning was not recorded near Coors Field during what is All-Star Week.
And happening right now, the Ballpark Collective is giving locals and those from out of town a chance to enjoy an alternative option to celebrating All-Star Week. A free festival takes up 4 blocks from Market to Lawrence Street from 20th to 22nd. The group put it together in just 30 days, and it helps support local businesses after what's been a rough year.
Around an all-star game, MLB programs everything, but we really pushed the city that based with what happened last year that we needed to do something for the community.
People just being out and about, enjoying themselves, baseball, and just getting back to Denver style.
The festival will last through the All-Star game, and you can find it just south of the stadium. We have all the details posted right now on KWGN.com. And a live look outside of Coors Field tonight. Baseball fans getting the party started. We actually caught up with a couple of fans in town tonight from Nashville, ready to bring their fun from Nashville here to Denver.
A ton of fun, young crowd.
Very clean.
Yeah,
Walk past the pressure washers on the way here.
Yeah, we did.
Well, with all the people here, there will be a lot of spending this weekend.
Yeah, but if Denver does things right, it could mean millions for years to come. We talked with a professor over at Metro State today who says that on average, the Midsummer Classic equals an economic impact of about $70 million. Now, if Colorado hits it out of the park this weekend, it could mean even more.
People have great experiences and they might want to move here, and if they have a business, they might want to move their business here. And if they have 300 employees, then those 300 employees are going to be moving here too.
Yeah, but there is a risk if downtown Denver doesn't live up to or even beat expectations, if service isn't spectacular, if it's too hard to get around, well, Denver could strike out.
I think Denver's going to step up to the plate. What do you think?
Hey, I was down there earlier tonight, and I couldn't believe how many people were out on the streets.
It's good.
Tonight.
It's good to see, right?
Busier than a normal even Friday night.
Yeah. Well, today, high schoolers from across the country got to play at Coors Field for the high school baseball All-American game.
Yeah, how cool is that? And all 3 umpires officiating that game are also from right here in Colorado. Channel 2's Greg Nieto talking with them tonight. It must have been quite the conversation, Greg.
Yeah, Kagan, you have those 3 umpires from Colorado. 2 players actually played and in the game, I should say, inside Coors Field behind us here. Of course, you have 5 Coloradans strutting their all-star stuff.
USA Baseball's All-American Game. Top-tier high school talent representing nearly every state, including 2 kids from Colorado, Christian Fauch and Reese Chapman. And the blue, brought to you from Colorado. 3 umpires, Shane Armenta.
I'll be the third base umpire.
Ted Berquist at first, and Aaron Jones behind the plate. Berquist from Fort Collins, Jones from Dillon.
2 great guys that have worked minor league systems.
Armenta, 15 years of calling balls and strikes, homegrown from Salida in the southern part of the state.
Pretty excited, Greg. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm stoked. Yeah.
Armenta stoked to be part of the show, showcasing potential pros, getting his own call-up.
I was contacted through Chris Jones, who's an MLB umpire supervisor, asked if I'd be interested in doing it, so yeah, of course I said yes.
You'd never guess tonight's game is the first these 3 Coloradans have worked as a team. For at least one magical night, though, they share the field with the future of America's pastime.
Yeah, quite an honor.
Definitely an honor indeed. I should mention the American League beat the National League. Kagan, you were down here earlier. You can probably hear how loud it remains at 20th and Blake. If you're thinking of coming down this weekend, parking, you're going to be paying 2 or 3 times what you ordinarily pay for a Rockies game. Live in Lodo, Greg Nieto, Colorado Zone, Channel 2.
Yeah, definitely something to keep in mind. Greg, thank you so much. Our partners at Fox 31 is your home for the All-Star Game with evening newscast based live at Coors Field starting Monday. We're going to be out there from 4 to 6 and then again from 9 to 11 at 9. And then on Tuesday, we're live again starting at 4 p.m. from Coors Field. Fox Sports coverage of the game starts at 5. Then join our team after the game for Fox 31 News at 9. Again, live at Coors Field for all of that action.
Well, new tonight, Channel 2 has learned that investigators looking into the deadly Arvada shooting do have video of John Hurley's actions that day. Hurley, as you might remember, was mistakenly shot by a responding officer after Hurley himself shot down Arvada gunman Ronald Troike. This happened after Troike killed Officer Gordon Beasley. Officials tell Channel 2 the video will not be released, though, until the Critical Incident Response Team investigation is complete. Well, new tonight, since 7 o'clock, just 2 weeks ahead of the Olympics, Japan is now declaring a state of emergency because of COVID-19.
The Japanese Prime Minister is now banning all fans because of a slow increase in infections in the country. Now, new tonight at 11, members of the USA training team in Colorado Springs have mixed reaction. While they say that they understand why it's necessary, they fear their performance may be impacted by this.
The whole team element of it is already taken away. It's hardly Team USA now. It's you as an athlete, going for the medal. It's a sporting event at this point, instead of this celebration of worldwide athleticism.
Whether the crowd is there or not, I know that I have a job to perform to my best of my ability, give 110%, whether there is a crowd or not.
I'm sure they're still going to make us proud, but I can understand where that can make it a little bit more difficult. A decision on whether to allow fans at the Paralympics has yet to be made.
Well, forget Georgia peaches. Palisade peaches are king here in Colorado. We'll have new details tonight on when they'll start appearing on grocery store shelves. Plus,
an Englewood backyard becomes the site of a mountain lion rescue. And I was like, Englewood? No way. We're hearing from the homeowner about how it all happened.